And we're back. MMA Uncensored podcast returns. First of all, I just want to give a shout out and a special thank you on last week's episode with James Krause from the UFC, Dana White's Contender Series winner, Philip A. Rowe, and Tess Kielhamer. We had a blast. We had a great time. And I want to thank you guys very much for being on the podcast last week. Everybody, welcome to the show. Do me a favor. Please subscribe. It helps us grow this show to do amazing things with it, like special guests that we have on tonight, just like Shannon Briggs. You can follow us on Instagram at MMA UNCENSORED _. Also, for all your bare knuckle news, Bare Knuckle Freak. And also follow my brother podcast, at Guy Think Podcast. We got celebrities, we got athletes, we got business owners, just a ton of interesting people on that podcast as well. And I want to give a shout out to our sponsors as well, Nick and Nate Diaz of Game Up Nutrition. For all your CBD needs, check them out. And also, if you use coupon code MMA Uncensored, you'll get 10% off. So I'll be scrolling some banners throughout the episode, so you guys catch that, as well as our newest sponsor, Veteran Farms, for all your cannabis needs. Veteran Farms is the way to go, and I'm going to go ahead and also drop a banner on the bottom of the screen during the episode so you can get all the information that you need from Veteran Farms as well. Without further ado, first and foremost, I want to bring up President and CEO of MMA Uncensored himself, Chris LeBeau. Chris, thank you very much.
Hey, brother. How are you?
I'm doing great. And on deck, we have Shannon the Cannon Briggs, former two-time heavyweight champion of the world. I'm going to bring him up right now. Let's go, champ.
Let's go,
Let's
champ.
go, champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How we
That's a
doing?
big fist. Let's go, champ.
How you doing, brother?
Good, sir. Nice to meet you.
Good. You
Nice
too,
to
champ.
meet you,
too.
Shannon.
You, sir.
You too.
Thank you very much for being on the podcast tonight. And
Thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure. And you look great. You got a beautiful backdrop over there. Is that Florida?
Yes, brother. We in Miami, Florida. This is home. It's been home for over 20 years. And I'm just enjoying life. I call it paradise.
It is paradise. And it looks like paradise. You got that beautiful pool. You got the ocean. You got that beautiful palm trees behind you. It's I'm from Brooklyn as well. I'm in Florida now too. So
let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. That's right, baby. That's right. That's right. So a lot of great things coming up for you, Shannon. Actually, I wanted to address a couple of things first and foremost with you. What you've been doing during this quarantine? What's life like in quarantine for the champ?
Well, I've literally been in quarantine for 12 years now. It was about 12 years ago when I decided to make my return to boxing after like a 3 or 4 year hiatus. And I was at the time weighing 403 pounds. I was depressed. I was suffering from major depression. I was suicidal. I was obese. I was just really in a bad place. And my daughter was born. And my daughter Chloe was born, and she's 8 now. And that just gave me a total new, look at life. And I decided to get in shape, and I started training. I lost 168 pounds.
Wow.
And that's when I made my return to boxing. I came up with the mantra, "Let's go, champ," and the slogan as a self-motivation tool for myself to lose weight and get back in shape over those 2 years that I did it. And then, I made a comeback. I was successful in 10 wins in a row. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I got caught a suspension, which was a 6-month suspension. Mm-hmm. And in the process, I wound up just kind of sitting out more and more because of family responsibilities and boxing being not as much of a moneymaker for me, more so of something just to keep me out there and keep me going for many years. But I started, basically focusing on my outside businesses. But now I've decided, thanks to bare knuckle boxing, I've really got I will say thanks to bare knuckle boxing, I've got the juices flowing. I'm really super excited about making a return to the ring and breaking some jaws.
Those fists, they look like cinder blocks off of some buildings in Brownsville. Those things.
Let's go, champ. Where my boy go? Where my brother go? Where
he's got phone calls. He be in and out, but we'll get him back on.
Okay, let's get him back.
So Yeah, it's interesting. The bare knuckle popped up. Now, there's been a lot of speculation going around. I talked to Dada 5000 a few weeks ago. He had mentioned that, you were at the BYB event at the Hard Rock, and there was some conversation, nothing confirmed, but there was a possibility maybe you were going to step into that Trigon at BYB. But I'd like to hear your side of the story as well.
Dada is a great guy. I like him a lot. Very entertaining, great businessman. He's made great for himself in the name. So I'm supporting him, whatever he does. I'll be at all his events. But I think that right now, Bkfc is putting their money where their mouth is, and they basically coming out with the bag that's going to lure me in the ring. But it's not even so much the bag, to be honest with you. It's the fanfare that's happening right now that's behind bare knuckle. Bare knuckle is being talked about all around the world. You're seeing pieces being done on them, exposés about bare knuckle on different networks. I know ESPN did something about it, so it's hot, it's big. And I started in the streets of Brownsville. I'm a Brooklyn guy like you, so from it's I can't believe it. With a glove, the glove is to protect me from punching a hole in somebody's head. Now you telling me we come this far in the world where the world's changed, and you can punch a man in the face without. This is an amazing time to be alive, champ. They bring it back. It started bare knuckle, then they went to gloves to protect the humans. They don't want to protect the humans no more. So now let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Oh my God, this is crazy. When I heard, news broke everywhere. You shattered social media when the deal was signed. Now, news actually, I don't know if you know this or not, but news actually broke right here on MMA Uncensored podcast with David Feldman a few weeks back. He was a guest on the show, and he broke news that Shannon the Cannon Briggs is now a part of Bareknuckle Fighting Championship. So it was, and then it went all over, it went viral, and it was pretty amazing. And everybody.
You guys have a great podcast, man. So it's only right that it broke on your place first. You guys have a huge following. I'm a fan of yours, and I'm glad that I'm here to be here now to announce on your station first, as it was before, that I'm gonna punch a hole in somebody, champ. I thank you guys, and I thank you for having me on and announcing this. Look at this hammer, champ. I'm gonna break a jaw or two. I'm going 99-0 bare knuckle, champ.
I can't wait to see it, man. I wonder who the first.
99-0, champ.
Let me ask you this, champ. What was the conversation? How did they lock you down at bare knuckle?
I said, I said, listen, to be honest with you, I can make a joke about it, but the truth of the matter is, I approached those guys. We both had a mutual like for each other. They understand what I bring to the table as far as the fanfare, the excitement. The press tour is going to be crazy. Everything's going to be. I'm ready to flip over the table right now, champ. It's going to be pure entertainment. They understand the value that I bring to the table, and I understand that it's kind of new in a sense where a lot of people aren't aware. Now it's going mainstream, and I'm the perfect guy to bring it to the top. A former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. I'm not afraid of no man. This fits me better to be fighting with no gloves on. To be honest with you, it fits me better. It's not like K1. I fought in K1. They kicked me. I was like, damn, I don't like being kicked, champ. I haven't practiced kicking all my life, but I practice punching hard as I can all my life. Both hands. Look at the hammers, champ. Look at the soup cans. Soup cans, champ. Look at them. Lunch boxes. They lunch boxes, champ. I got the lunch boxes.
See, us Italians, we put the cement boots on people and throw them in a river, but they attach those fists, they're gonna sink too, man.
That's right, champ. The champ is Italian too.
Yeah, man.
I'm half Italian, half black. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. I'm half black, half Italian. Let's go, champ. So I want to ask you, when you sat down with the bare knuckle crew and Dave Feldman, did they bring up any names to you, if you could disclose any?
Yeah, I told them, look, get the whole list. I was like, I could take 5 of them in one night, but they was like, champ, we can't do that. So I think Rico Rodriguez, he got a big mouth. He said something slick about the champ. So he said something about my age. I'm 48,000 years old, but I hit like a mule kick, champ.
Yeah, I saw that. You guys had a little back and forth on social media. Who started that whole thing?
I'm gonna straighten him out when I see him. It's okay.
You think he's gonna get in a bare knuckle?
When the bell ring, I guarantee you, they may stop this. They may say, you know what, it's not right for fighters, boxers, to bring that much experience to a man and punch him in his eye hard as he can. It's not fair. I hope they don't, but I'm just saying, let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. Now, this guy Rico Rodriguez, you think he's gonna step in a bare knuckle ring? Do we know?
Yeah, he's talking about it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna punish him. I'm you know, the thing about me is I'm a nice guy. You know me, champ. I ain't a bad guy. I don't want to hurt nobody. You know, I do want to hurt you, but not only in the ring. But because Rico is a good dude, I may spare him. If I spare him, I'll knock him out with a body shot, which is break his rib. If I just want to spare him, I'll break his rib. But if he get me mad, I'm a hook him or right hand him and break his jaw or nose. So it's up to him, to be honest with you. The ball is in his court.
You got that right, man. And there's been other names that have been.
Champ.
Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. There's been other names too. This one right here, Mark Brennan said Shannon versus Bigfoot Silva. What do you think about Bigfoot Silva?
I love it. I like him. Put his name on the list too.
I had
Tim, your name's on the list, and I like Tim actually. To be honest with you, I'm a huge fan of his. But your name's on the list if you come to bare knuckle.
Well, he fought. So Silva fought in Bkfc 8 in Tampa. He fought Gabriel Gonzaga. Gonzaga knocked him out, and there's been talk possibly Shannon Briggs, Gabriel Gonzaga. What do you think about that?
Not familiar with him, but if he knocked out Tim Silva, and I like Silva, I'll make it happen for Silva. Let's go, champ.
Let's go,
it don't
champ.
take much for me to, it don't take much for me to beef with you. You feel me? To be honest with you, I'm always looking for static.
Hell yeah. Why not, right? You even had something. Champ. You even had something, champ, with Logan Paul.
Yeah, that's good kid. Good kid.
Yeah, I think you kill him though.
Who's that?
Logan Paul.
No, I wouldn't fight Logan. He's my boy.
He's your boy. Oh, you guys are good. You guys are good.
Yeah,
friends.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
All right, good. Because I like him too. I don't want to see him.
Yeah, I love Logan. He's the best, champ.
Yeah, he seems like a cool dude. Now, what about there's talk about. Oh, actually, I'm gonna throw this out there for you. I meant to tell you this. I was talking to your boy Fredy, who's a gentleman, by the way. What a nice guy he is, man.
Fred Money.
Follow him on IG at Fred Money. What a great guy.
Fred Money. Follow him on IG. He's a incredible future entrepreneur businessman.
Yeah, and he had mentioned. He said we'd like to get Joey Beltran, the heavyweight champ of bare knuckle, to call in.
Yeah.
So you guys could talk about it. And Joey Beltran actually he had some words about it, and he said that he's not going to call in because he's the heavyweight champ, and people should be calling him while he's on the show, not the other way around. What you think about that, champ?
Yo, it was going to be you on the show, champ. It was going to be me and you. It wasn't just my show. It was going to be me and you. But listen, you're going to suffer for that. But you know what? I understand. You wanted to get a good night's sleep. Because if you would have had said anything to me, I'd have been in your dream tonight. I'd have break your jaw in your dream. It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon. Listen, I got your DM too. You see what I said? He said you want to fight me. I said, say no more. You got to say no more. You don't got to say nothing else. Deal.
Wow.
Done. Deal. You don't got to say much to me, champ. You feel me? You ain't got to say much for me. And no gloves? You talk about just a street fight straight up ahead of. If I was walking, champ, let me ask you a question. If I was walking down the street and a man jumped out on me or anybody jumped out on me and started fighting me with his hands, what you think I'd do? I'd get busy. You gonna tell me you gonna give me money to fight you with no gloves on? Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Let me tell you something, champ. I think if I saw something like that happen in the street, I'd have to call a surgeon. You know why, right? We got to surgically remove those hammers out of somebody's head. That's what we have to do, man.
That's right. Imagine that. Just walking down the street and the man jump out and be like, yo, you want to fight? We start fighting. I'm going to fight, but I'm going to gun him down. And you telling me now with the lights on and I don't got to walk down the tunnel to the ring or circle and just get it cracking with a man who don't know how I feel? Man, I don't want to say too much. I need you to show up in one piece so I can make many pieces of you. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. How about now? There's another name that popped up, and I noticed something.
Champ.
Chase Sherman, former bare knuckle heavyweight champion. He actually lost his title to Joey Beltran, a very close fight. Big dude, firefighter, pro boxer. Well, UFC alum, now pro bare knuckle boxer. But his name's been popping up often throughout social media, as well as a potential for you. And Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships page liked it. So I don't know. Was that hinting at something? Did you hear anything about you and Chase Sherman possibly fighting?
You know, I always wanted to be a firefighter, champ. You know, when I was a kid, I used to have a little truck. And it was my favorite little toy I had. I used to, you know, use it as a fire truck. And I used to, you know, play with it all the time. And then one day, this mean man, he took my toy truck and he smashed it, man. He ruined my dreams of being a fireman. He said, "You'll never be a fireman." You know what I'm saying? So I have a vengeance. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to fight him. He's a fireman. Yeah, I'm jealous. He's doing what I wanted to do. What's his name again?
Chase Sherman.
Chase Sherman? Yeah, sign him up. Put him on the list too.
Ooh, I'd like to get him to call in tonight.
Call now.
We invited him, so he might be calling in as well. So, champ,
I'm not on this time, so hurry up. You should be lucky. I'm able to talk to him. Everybody in bare knuckle boxing, I'm serious. This is a warning. Thank you. This is a thank you and a warning at the same time. Ain't I a nice guy? You know, I'm thanking you and giving him a warning. I'm the nicest guy ever, champ.
Well, I'll tell you, you walking into a bare knuckle ring has got a lot of people excited. Now, would you take the first person that challenges you, or would you prefer like a big super fight for your debut fight?
You know, it depends. I mean, they talking about this summer. I think we got another, you know, we got to get out of this epidemic right now. But it doesn't matter, champ. It's, you know, we're looking at here in the Miami Arena. I'm home. You know, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. Came down here about over 20 years ago and been here 24 years. And this is my home, and it's going to be an amazing event at the Miami Airlines Arena. You know, people coming to see me punch a hole in whoever they get. It's going to be a pretty sight, champ.
I can't wait. Now, I know with this whole stay-at-home order, the quarantine and everything, do we know anything? Is it going to be May? Is it going to be June? Or everything's still up in the air?
I'm not sure, but I think more towards June from what I'm hearing. And but I'm ready. I'm training at home. You can't see, but I'm training at home. I've been doing some backyard training, a lot of, you know, training with the family and, you know, spending time with the family, training at home, getting in phenomenal shape, man. You should see me, champ. I'm looking good, feeling good. Oh man, I'm eating right. You know what I mean? I'm man, this is gonna be a great time. It's gonna be great for bare knuckle boxing. I'm excited. I think all the people at home, the boxing fans are excited. So we're talking about, you know, we're talking about a big audience coming and tuning in. Hopefully we can get as many buys as we can get, you know?
It's gonna be huge, Shannon. It's gonna be huge. There's a lot of people talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. You were on Joe Rogan, for Christ's sake. Come on.
Yeah, that's the man. You know, Joe Rogan is the man.
He's the best. So all right, we got that. Now, if there's anybody in the entire world that you would want to fight in a bare knuckle ring, who would it be from anywhere?
From anywhere.
Boxer, MMA, anything.
No one in particular, champ. You know, if I had to fight anybody, it would be Vladimir Klitschko. Ooh. You know, I like to fight him bare knuckle. That'd be even better because we can get right to it. You know.
I was watching that video from back in the day. Let me tell you, when you started that "Let's Go" chant, I was dying, man. When you not so what? Tell me, I gotta get your story on it now that I got you here. So what happened? You knew where he was gonna be at. You followed him. How did you find him out there paddling?
I knew this girl that knew he was out there. She was telling me he didn't live too far from me in Hollywood, Florida, Hollywood Beach, and he actually. You know, we had a couple run-ins in the neighborhood and close calls. And then I actually knew he would be out there. I went 3 times and I didn't see him. And I actually seen him on the 4th time. It was too funny. I couldn't believe it.
You knocked him over. You knocked him right in the ocean.
That's right.
And you said, "Let's go, champ." Look, he
That's
fell,
right.
and everybody's laughing. So what was like, did you get like anything happen behind the scenes? Did he reach out to you? Did anything happen after that?
Yeah, the police reached out to me. They said I was a nuisance. They said I was a nuisance. I went to England looking for David Hay. I went everywhere. You know what I mean? I went to Germany. I went to England. I went to other countries looking for fighters. They wouldn't give me a shot. And here I am still, 48,000 years old, still surfing the planet, looking for fights, trying to keep myself alive. Keep hope alive, champ.
That's right. Brendan Schaub said on Fighter and the Kid, he said that, "I feel bad whoever gets in a bare knuckle ring with Shannon Briggs, he's going to kill him. He's going to kill him."
Never seen nothing like this.
Dude, pipes, bro. He got bricks for hands and pipes for arms. Watch out, man. He's building buildings, this guy.
That's right, baby. Let's go, champ.
We got
pipe bombs.
That's right. We got one of our viewers, one of the fans, asks a question. I know you had answered it before, but why Bare Knuckle FC? What made you say, you know what, I'm going bare knuckle?
It's hot right now. It's mainstream. People talking about it everywhere. I hear people in the grocery stores, ladies and little old ladies saying, they're letting people fight without the gloves. I'm listening everywhere, talking about it all around the world. People talking about bare knuckle boxing. So I want a piece.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. I mean, I talk to all the guys and girls that fight in bare knuckle. I go to the pay-per-views. We're behind the scenes. We got a lot of footage behind the scenes, a lot of backstage interviews, post-fight, pre-fight interviews. Just so much stuff going on with bare knuckle. And David Feldman is doing a phenomenal job promoting this thing, putting it out there. He's signing people left and right. He just got Thiago Alves from American Top Team, UFC alum, very big name. And, now yourself. And from what Dave Feldman says, he's got many more names coming up in bare knuckle. So, yeah, a lot of people are very, very interested in this Bkfc. And I think it's going to be great. I think eventually this is going to be right up there with the UFC. What do you think, champ?
100%. I think Dave is doing a phenomenal job with what he's doing as far as, promoting it. Everyone knows he's a leader and one of the leaders, and Dada's very close right behind him. They're right there neck and neck. So it's a great time, man. It's new, it's fun. I mean, but in some ways, to be honest with you, I've been following it for a long time in the traveler gypsy circuit over in England and Europe. It's been going for a long time, and I've watched it and been a fan of it. So this is like, this is time. This is time now. So I think everyone's ready. And look, the world's going crazy. So let's go, champ.
Yes, let's go. That's right. Let's go, champ. So what do you think about, because you said you were on the gypsy circuit, so over there, like BYB, they use the hand wraps over the knuckles. Out here in the States, there's no hand wrap. So what are your thoughts on that? Would you rather the hand wraps or no?
No hand wraps.
No wraps. Don't need them. Don't need them.
No wraps.
I love it. I'm taking a picture of that shot right there.
Let's go, champ.
I got the president right now. The president of the Bare Knuckle Hall of Fame, Scott Burt, says, here he is. "Welcome to Bare Knuckle World Champ. The Police Gazette belt is the oldest belt in the world, won in 1889 by John L. Sullivan. Did you know that all your current belts owe their existence to our champ?" This is from Scott Burt, the president.
Well, Mr. Burt, thank you for that information. And, if I could fight for your belt, I'd fight for that too. I ain't never seen a fight that I ain't turned down, that I ain't ready for. And thank you for that information, sir. I appreciate that. And I am the former linear heavyweight champion of the world in boxing. Yeah. And if I can get your piece of your belt, I'll take that. I'd love to be honored to fight for your belt as well, champ. Thank you.
Amazing. A kid from Brooklyn, Brownsville, probably the toughest neighborhood in the United States. Would you ever think you'd be here? 48 years old, Miami, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. Did you ever think? Yeah.
Me? Nah, I was a kid just, running around, in the hood, trying to survive. And luckily I took, I was getting into street fights here and there. Luckily I took a bet, or lost the bet, went to a boxing gym with a friend, and here I am today. It was all happening so fast, to be honest with you. Nothing was planned. Nothing wasn't like, let me go join the team and let me become a boxer one day. Nothing was planned. It was like, this was a way to get me off the streets. I was a homeless teenager growing up in Brooklyn, living every place. So it was a place. It got me a meal. It got me a place to sleep in the gym. I slept in the gym. It got me to put on the USA team, which allowed me to travel the world. I went to Poland, Ireland. Here was a kid sleeping on the train. I went to sleep, go living in hotels, going to Ireland, Poland, all around the world. So it was happening fast, and now here I am. I'm with a family. I have a beautiful family, beautiful wife, 3 kids, and I'm lucky to be here. But it's all fun, and I'm not stopping, champ.
That's right, baby. Y'all. Yeah, man. You look younger than me, baby. I gotta start growing that out now, man. I gotta start growing that out like the cannon.
Yeah. They say I'm ugly, but I'm funny.
If they say, they ain't gonna say it in your face, though.
Never to my face.
You got that right. Let's see. I've got another one from Johnny. Hey, champ, how you feel about Fury, and would you want to fight him one day, Tyson Fury?
Yeah, I'd love to fight him like that one day. But right now, I need to focus on getting about another 5 to 6 fights under my belt and just staying busy. I'm a 48. I need to get the rust off. I've always been the type of fighter that I'm a rhythm fighter. So I need to be, in a sense where it's bare knuckle, it's straight to it. It can't run. It's just fists. I'm going to go right to him. And if he try to run, I'm going to catch him. But in boxing, at that caliber, you need to be right on point. So it would take me about, 6 to 8 fights just to be prepared for something like that.
Okay.
And time.
Let me ask you this too.
But the answer is yes.
Yes, I would love to see it. Now, as a professional fighter, as a professional boxer, do you feel that you have an advantage cardio-wise in bare knuckle because the rounds are only 2 minutes and it's only 5 rounds?
It's only 2-minute rounds?
5 rounds, 2 minutes each.
It's only 2-minute rounds?
Yes.
You ain't tell me that. It's only 2-minute rounds?
Yeah, if you're fighting for the championship, I believe they changed it to 7 rounds now.
2 minutes though?
2 minutes.
Stop it.
Hold on.
This is a murder.
Chris, is it 2 minutes or 3 minutes?
I don't know. I'm just laughing. Let me Google it.
Hey,
It can't be 2 minutes.
I think it's 2 minutes, Chant. I think it's 2 minutes.
Or 3 minutes. Maybe it's 3.
It might be 3.
Guys, I hope I didn't screw that one up.
I'm serious. If it's 2 minutes, you guys need to reconsider. Call David right now. Call Mr. Feldman and say, David, Shannon Champ didn't know it was only 2 minutes, Champ.
2 minutes, Champ.
2
it
minutes.
Says 2 minutes, Champ.
2 minute rounds.
I can punch hard as I can for 30 minutes straight. Hard as I can. I can punch hard as I can. Thunder, hard as I can for 30 minutes straight. What you think I'm going to do for 2 minutes? Oh, stop it, guys. Come on, guys. Have a heart. Who you going to sit in there? You guys have no mercy. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. Oh, that other name popped up too. Mark Godbeer. Mark Godbeer,
Yeah,
Valor heavyweight bare knuckle champ, Shamrock's promotion. Now he got signed with Bkfc to fight Joey Beltran, but then everything happened, so it got postponed. But Godbeer's name has been coming up and about you and him fighting.
I never heard of him.
Wow. Okay.
I never heard of him, but that's okay. I never heard of a lot of people in the bare knuckle world. You feel me? So no diss to him in that way. But again, if you telling me it's only 2 minutes, champ, come on, guys. You know how many first round knockouts I got?
37.
Champ, first round knockouts.
37.
First round
37.
knockouts.
That's scary.
Right.
That's scary.
I fast and hard, champ. Fast and hard, champ. Fast. fast and hard, champ. Come on, champ.
Wait, you gonna make it? You think you're gonna make it 38 first round knockouts?
Champ, come on. You know how when the bell rings, I go right into your face, right down your throat, your tonsils. It's the champ. As soon as the bell rings, it's the champ.
Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
As soon as the bell rings, it's the champ. Like, you think it's a horror movie?
So you got boxing. You guys start your respective corners. Bare knuckle. It's like 2-3 feet away from one another, toe in the line. So it's
I'm backing up so I can get a run in like a football player. I'm running in, champ. I'm backing up and I'm running in.
Super punch.
That's gonna be wild, man. What about David Hay? I know you guys had some beef too. I'd like to see him get in a bare knuckle ring with you.
Bring him.
You think he'd do it?
I love for him to come over there. I give him a beating.
I'm gonna share this with him.
Yeah, please.
I will.
Tell him the champ said, come on through. We got to talk. Tell him we want to talk to him at Bkfc. We want to talk to him about something. We ain't going to do nothing. Just come over and talk.
We'll have a little chit chat.
Yeah, we're going to
talk about
it. Out you. Excuse me, I apologize.
Oh, you can cuss on the show.
You can say whatever you're the champ.
We beat shit out you, David.
I got a question for you, champ. I heard that you're thinking about making a movie based on your return to bare knuckle, and I heard you're going to make a movie out of this whole thing.
It's going to be epic.
True?
They're going to show the history of bare knuckle boxing, as well as my emergence into it as far as a former two-time heavyweight champion, 40 years old, semi-retired, family man. You know what I'm saying, and making that push towards. It seems like in the boxing world, you know, you got the big promoters. They got their nose in the air, you know, they got the big time, over the years, they got the big contracts, they got the big money, the pay-per-views. And then, you know, there's guys like me who they've always put on the blacklist or blackballed. And thanks to guys like David Feldman and you know, and bare knuckle fighting, man, a guy like me, a two-time heavyweight champion in the world, a former boxer, but can't get a shot. Nobody want to, you know, I'm a liability, I guess. But now here I am in bare knuckle fighting with the opportunity to do what I like to do. Beat shit out of people. This is amazing. You got to thank David and all the people around the world who support bare knuckle fighting. This is amazing. Thank you guys for letting me in. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. I'm excited about this movie, man. Yeah. I'm just hearing about this, so this is pretty incredible. I
just found out today.
Wow. So, Shannon, did somebody approach you about this?
Yeah. I'm working on a few movies right now. Okay. Outside of boxing, you know, I'm involved heavily with the pharmacy. We own a pharmacy as well as we have a digital data marketing company, and we do well called Diversity Digital. Check out my website, diversitydigital.com. And man, we just staying busy, and me and the fam. I'm a one-man army, man. I take care of my family. I'm just home. I'm a stay-at-home dad. Well, not a stay-at-home dad, but I'm a dad that fighting for the family. My wife's a stay-at-home mom, and I support the family by doing what I do, working outside the ring and in the ring, being who I am, Shannon Briggs, a terror.
Right. That's right, man. Cannon, the champ.
I got a question for you, champ. I've been doing research on you for the last week or so. I'm an MMA guy, so I mean I like all combat sports, but I had to do some research to dig up some things. Now, I work for Game Up Nutrition. Nick and Nate Diaz, their CBD line, and I come across. I'm 420. I'm pro. I come across some Canon OG recently.
Yes, brother.
And I had a little sample.
Let's go, champ.
It was the indica. It was that strong one. I don't know the name. Okay. But, man, I was on the couch for like 4 hours.
Hey, you the champ. I appreciate the support, brother. Hey, Canon OG.
Woke up a Doritos.
Right now in California. We have a cannabis line. I too am a smoker, brother. Cannabis consumer. And it changed my life. I will say this to talk about my past when I was 12 years ago, depressed and suffer from major depression. I was at the time prescribed prescription medication. I was prescribed Depakote, Seroquel, Paxil, Zoloft, Xanax for depression, for lack of sleep, and all those medicines, even my asthma medicine at the time, Singulair, all these combinations of different medications. At one point, I had pneumonia. If you look back when I fought Bragamov, at that point I had pneumonia and I was taking prednisone. That mixed with my other medications, I started having what's called night tremors, which led to lack of sleep. I started taking Xanax for sleep, relaxation, and anxiety. All these medications screwed me up, champ. I was depressed. I was going crazy. I was eating like a monster, champ. Every day, McDonald's, Krispy Kreme, fried chicken. I was just going crazy, champ. You know what I mean? I was trying to kill myself through food. And then my friend of mine came to me, champ, and he said, champ, you should try this. And it was cannabis. And I was like, nah, champ, because I was always as a fighter, you know what I mean? I never felt like, you could breathe and stuff. But oddly enough, I was drinking all my life. Since I was 13, I was drinking, which is worse, you know what I mean? But then also, too, I had an aunt that used to smoke, and, she used to give me some ass whippings that I would never forget. So that kind of always reminded me of the smell, you feel me, of the bad times. So I was always anti-cannabis my whole career, and being born asthmatic. I'm asthmatic. I was asthmatic all my life.
Yeah, asthmatic. Yeah, Shannon, I wanted to ask you that because me and my dad have been watching you since I'm in short pants, and we've always loved watching you fight. But of course, and my dad's a huge fan. He's watching now and he's loving it.
What up, Pop?
Hey, nice. Hey. Asthmatic and boxing. Obviously, we need a lot of cardio in boxing. How did you get through that? Maybe somebody's watching that has asthma. What's your advice to them? And how did you become such a good boxer and work on your cardio with being asthmatic?
It was a nightmare, to be honest with you. But I say that to say, speaking of, it wasn't until I started indulging in cannabis that I would say was about 12 years ago. I haven't had an asthma attack in 12 years, first of all. So when people talk about, and I'm not a doctor, I'm speaking from my own experience. I don't prescribe, I can't prescribe this. I'm not telling anyone should try it, but from my own experience, I haven't had an asthma attack. I've done phenomenal. I've lost weight. I've gotten phenomenal. I lost 160 pounds, 12 years ago. So, and it was cannabis related. But to add to that, it was the nightmare growing up with asthma and boxing because I think it affected my stamina more than anything. It affected me mentally. Always afraid that I was gonna run out of gas. That's why when you said it's only 2 minutes, I was like, 2 minutes? Are you crazy? Do you understand what I could do? That means I could go balls to the wall, all out crazy, and you can't stop me. Okay, I'm gonna show you. But it was a nightmare growing up with the asthma. But it was fearful because I never got confident. That's why I'm a much better fighter now than I ever was as a kid. As a kid, I really was. Again, like I said, I got into it. I kind of got into it as like just fell into it. It wasn't planned, and I was every day to day. Okay, now this, now that. So it was never something planned. It was just happening so fast. And with the asthma, not having confidence, it made it harder because every fight I was like, yo, what if I run out of gas?
Yeah.
And that's why you look at my fights, I was such a fast starter because I knew I was scared. I'm like, I might run out of gas.
Wow. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, because you were a fast starter, obviously, with all these knockouts in the first round. So who for you, out of your whole entire professional career, who do you feel was the most inspirational, had left the biggest impact on your professional career?
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, 100%.
What was it for you that Muhammad Ali was such a big inspiration for you?
For me at the time, I was a teenager. I was off, homeless on and off, and I didn't have any confidence. I was asthmatic. I was never good at pick with sports. I never played basketball. I can't dribble to this day. I can't shoot. I'm the only black man can't dribble and shoot a ball. I can't catch. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't catch a football or baseball. But when you gave me gloves, I was able to take off. So, for me, when I seen Ali, and after having no confidence, not doing great in school, because I was always sick in the hospital with asthma and being homeless, and my mom was on drugs, so school wasn't a priority for me. So seeing Ali going to the gym, I could like, his self-esteem was so big, and his bragging and his way he moved and the way he looked. I was like, he gave me something to look at him like, wow, I want to be like this guy. So that's why I said Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. That guy could talk, man.
That's why I like everything.
Yeah, and I think that's big on selling a fight. You do a great job of it. I mean, I love watching you because you're comical, you're funny. Obviously, you're a great fighter, but you know how to sell a fight. And I would love to see more fighters like that. I know everybody's different, not everybody could do it, but there's nothing like selling a fight before it happens. And guys like yourself, Conor McGregor, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. I mean, guys like that. Oh, that's the Cannon OG.
That's that Cannon OG, brother.
What? Oh, nice. So now, what are those, edibles, or is that?
No, bro.
That's flour.
That's flour, champ. That's
wow.
Pure flour.
That's flour power right there.
That's flour power, champ.
Cannon and then fire. So what's the difference between the two?
Well, this is a sativa.
Okay.
And this is an indica, and this is an indica.
Okay, got you.
Yes, brother.
So which one is more powerful?
Well, they're both powerful. Right? They're equal equivalent.
Well, let me ask you this, champ. If I want to get knocked out in the first round, which one am I gonna smoke?
You definitely gonna have some of this Cannon OG.
The Cannon OG. Okay.
And if you want to stay up, you want to think, and you want to be creative, and you want to write a movie and a script and a book, and you just want to think, then you're gonna get this.
I like it.
Sativa.
I like it. How do I? I'll put a banner up right now for the viewers. Where do they find that?
Litco, Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles. Litco is right across. It's 500 feet away from the Staples Center. It's called Litco. It's a dispensary downtown Los Angeles. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
Go in there and tell them. Give them the chance. I go in there and tell them Champ said give you the discount.
I like it. Now the LITCO.
LITCO.
All right, we'll pop that up, and that's in the Los Angeles area.
Downtown Los Angeles, champ. Litco.
Cool.
Champ, I got a question. I got a question for the champ. While I was researching you, I came up with this question. For you, all-time boxing, who was the most feared boxer?
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson.
Oh, 100%.
The Dynamite Kid, Catskills, New York.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't live in the Sonny Liston era. I heard a lot of men was afraid of him, and I'm sure people were afraid of Jack Johnson as well, from what I read. But I think Mike Tyson, what I know of Mike Tyson, and just the thought of that young Mike Tyson, even Mike today, man, he's ferocious. I mean, I was just recently with him not too long ago, a month or two back, and he's an animal. He still looks like an animal. I couldn't imagine him going crazy and start swinging on somebody.
I got a little game we play. It's called the name game. I'm gonna give you a name or two names, and you give a description.
Sure.
1 or 2 names is fine. You ready?
Yes, brother.
All right. The first one's gonna be George Foreman.
Ooh, Big George, hard-hitting man, strong, a great businessman. Came back, recreated his career. Just phenomenal. Great for boxing. He brought a lot of fans to the sport with his when he came back, and I was fortunate, and he gave me an opportunity to fight him, and gave me an opportunity to become the linear heavyweight champion in the world.
Yep.
Okay, the second one, John Bones Jones.
The champ. Yeah, get busy. I wouldn't want to walk into an alley and get into a fight with him because he looked cool. You'd be like, I can handle this. And then next thing you know, he turn you into a pretzel. Beat the shit out you.
Okay. The next one. President David Feldman, Bareknuckle.
Ooh. Good brother. Doing a lot for the game. Him and Dada, hopefully they can join forces one day and do some mega fight. Like Dada be get his big champion, and he get a big champion, and they fight. But I think David is doing great for boxing. I know his brother as well. Good guys, and I think David's going to be a huge leader in this game, and I think he's going to take off. Look, he got the champ Shannon again. I think that's going to be mega in itself. You got a 2-time heavyweight champion. He got me coming to the game. I talk a lot. People going to hear about this all around the world. In Australia, they already talking about it. People all from around the world going to come to Miami to see me. Because a lot of people I haven't fought in a while. They see me, hanging out with Logan Paul, training him. They see me doing this and doing that, but they want to see me fight. That's the truth of the matter. They're like, look, champ, that's cool and all, but we really want to see you break ribs and break jaws. Do what you do best. So that's what they really want to see. So that's what I'm going to give them this summer. Look at them, y'all.
The last one. Ready?
Yes, brother.
The Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder.
Nice. Yeah, he hitting hard. He was wild. We always knew that, but it worked. It was working. Everything he touched, he was cracking. And, you can't take nothing away from him, He lost that fight with Fury. Hopefully he can get back on get back on the horse and get his title back. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got to get back up there and get right to it. And if he does it, he would have showed people that he is what he is. He ain't the best boxer, but he can crack.
That's right.
Yeah. What'd you think of that fight between Wilder and Fury? The first two fights, well, the only two.
Well, the first fight I thought was real close. Yeah. I thought it could have been either given to Wilder by a point or. But again, it's a real tough fight to watch because Fury was doing he was doing good. He wasn't doing great, but he was doing good. And he got up and it was so heroic. So you make it a draw is okay. But the second fight, I talked to him, a couple of days before the fight, literally 48 hours to 120 hours before the fight. And I was like, champ, you got to go in there. You got to box, champ. You got to box. Yeah. He was like, nah, I ain't with that. I was like, nah, champ, box, please. I was begging him. I was pleading with him. He was like, nah, I'm stepping to him, but I'm knocking him out. And I said, all right. He ain't listening, but he went and did what he said he's going to do. So all respect to him, you know what I mean? Much respect.
I want to see, I definitely want to see the trilogy. Obviously, Wilder's got to get that rematch clause in. What do you think about Anthony Joshua in the same category as Wilder and Fury?
Yeah, definitely. That fight with Ruiz was one of those fights where, we've seen that before where the opponent gets switched out and you kind of lose the focus and the energy and the drive that you had for the original opponent. And then the other opponent come in and especially the way Ruiz looked, he like, nah, I'm going to beat Fat Boy up, but Fat Boy got hands, you know what I'm saying? He could get busy and he got fast hands and more than anything else, he's so relaxed. He can he's so calm. So, that's what makes his speed work for him. The fact that he's so relaxed. So a man like that, he gonna beat you up. You gonna spend a lot of money. You're gonna get to the club early and spend all your money buying drinks. And by the time midnight comes, when the people pile in, you can't buy water. So he make you spend all your money. He make you throw all those punches trying to hit him, and then he just relax. And when you get tired, he's ping, 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 and then you up out of there.
That's so true, man. I was shocked, obviously, when he won the fight, but that second fight was tough to see him, man, because he was not in good shape. It looked like he didn't take it seriously, and he even said it. He even said that while he was gearing up for the fight, he didn't really take it that seriously. So lost the focus. It happens, but I'd like to see him come back. I definitely want to see him make a comeback. And but yeah, so your whole career, favorite fight for you personally? What was the one that stands out the most for you?
I haven't had it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
It's coming in bare knuckle.
It's coming in bare knuckle. It's coming without no gloves.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait, Shannon Briggs. I just want to thank you, man. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to come on MMA Uncensored podcast and being a part of this. And I'm wishing you nothing but the best of luck at Bkfc. I will be there live. I'll be happy to meet you, and I can't wait to watch you fight, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Champ. I appreciate both of you guys, man, for having me on. Tell your dad I said hello.
Thank you. I will.
Brooklyn guys in the house.
Brooklyn,
and appreciate you guys having me on. Check out my website, ShannonBriggs.com. I got merch. I got hats. I got shirts. You name it, champ. I got everything.
Get some of that OG Cannon.
I got everything, champ. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
I'm putting that up right now for everybody. So there it is, ShannonBriggs.com. Get all your Let's Go Champ merch, baby.
Yes, champ. Thank you so much.
Thank you, champ. God bless you. We'll talk soon.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Wow, Shannon Briggs. Unbelievable. Wow. Great guy, man.
He's electric.
He is.
He's electric.
Shannon Briggs. I had the pleasure of talking to him a couple of days ago over the phone, and he was just a great, relaxed guy, man. Intelligent businessman. Funny. We had a nice 15-minute conversation, and fellow Brooklyn guy like myself. But it was pretty cool. I watched this guy growing up with my dad, watching the fights. And now to actually have the opportunity to talk to him is pretty cool.
And he called out your dad. He said, "Hey, Dad."
Yeah, that was really nice, man. That was definitely cool. So, what do you think, man? Shannon Briggs stepping into bare knuckle. What do you think, Chris?
I think my mind has changed because I've seen some interviews and I've actually seen his hands up close.
Mm-hmm.
They're just broken and mangled, and they're like bricks.
Yeah,
and they're huge, and body shots will break you. I think somebody's gonna get hurt real fast. Yeah, he's gonna mow through them.
Yeah, check this out, man. Actually, I pulled this up, but this is Shannon Briggs just a few years ago, not too long ago, man. Watch this. I mean, he's just body shots, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a strong guy, man. Big, strong dude.
Huge hands. Boom, that body shot right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that slowed him down right there. I don't know. I think this was the fight where he had
Yeah, he's done now.
Whop.
He's done.
Yeah. There was a fight where he had three guys canceled on him, and they had to keep making changes. And I think that was the fight right there. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see it. I'm just curious to see who he's gonna fight, bro. That's the big thing now.
It looks like the cat's out of the bag. It looks like Rico Rodriguez will be number one. Maybe May, June, depending on this virus, and then maybe one more at the end of the year. But I'm sure he'll be sticking around the Florida area.
Yeah.
Ashley Bickle, huh? Let's
go, champ.
Go, champ. Let's go, Ashley.
Let's go, Ashley. Yeah. So Rico Rodriguez. I mean, I don't know. It didn't sound like it was 100, but it sounded like it was.
We'll have to ask Mr. Feldman one day.
Yeah, hopefully they could release that news. So maybe they want to keep it quiet. But yeah, doesn't hurt to ask.
I was checking out the Facebook app, and it looks like Mr. Feldman may be watching right now. Maybe Mr. Feldman can confirm that either today or,
that'd be pretty
allowed
cool.
to. When it's the right time.
Well, when he wants to, he's the boss.
He can do what he wants.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Well, I'm hoping either May or June for Bareknuckle Fighting Championship. It just really depends on what's going to happen.
That's right. You got to do whatever you can do to make it by right now. Do whatever you're going to do.
Yeah,
Don't sit on the couch watching Netflix. Watch Disney Plus. Get out there and do something. Look at me and Joe. We started this podcast right when this virus hit. And bigger names coming, Joe. How about that guy from ECW? The whole show, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, coming soon. Coming soon.
Maybe.
Coming soon. Can't wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then in a few minutes we have the very talented and very beautiful Amanda Casey Vance coming on, NFL reporter.
Yep.
She's got, I think she's got close to 500,000 followers on IG.
Easy.
She's very, very popular.
She has her own fashion line. I've done some research with you. Joe, I'm going to let you go on with her live by yourself.
Okay.
And I got some business to attend to, so that's that.
Yeah, no problem at all. She'll be calling in momentarily, and we'll
yeah,
we'll get started on that, man.
I tell you what,
So
Briggs has a nice house. Did you see that house, man?
it's
Damn.
gorgeous. It's gorgeous, man. Actually, I've
Right on
been
the inlet.
watching. Yeah, dude. Like I watched his IG videos of him training, and
Yeah.
he's got like a little mock gym set up in the backyard,
Right.
and he's got the pool, and he's on the intercoastal. I mean, he's doing it, man.
Yeah, he's a homebody. He takes care, the kids. Perfect life. Great guy. Got his own weed strain. Gonzaga has not confirmed, so he won't be on right now. Chase Sherman, he's a firefighter. He won't be on now, but we'll do it again shortly. We apologize for any confusion, but life happens.
Yeah, firefighter.
Yeah.
Just, one of those things. It's understandable. But we tried. But we got the champ. We got Shannon Briggs on, so I was happy about that. But Briggs had a lot to say about those guys. So
Yeah, and Joey Beltran, he's coming for Joey Beltran now.
yeah. I got to tell you, man, all due respect, I'm with Joey Beltran on that. I think that if you're the champ, people need to be calling you out, not the other way around. Personally, that's how I feel about it.
We had a discussion off this online, and my opinion is whatever the champ wants, the champ can do because he's the champ.
He's the champ. He's the champ. So I agree with them there.
I agree with you, Joe.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I like when people agree with me. Don't disagree with me.
No, not today.
Just kidding.
Not today.
Just kidding. Shout out to my buddy Rude also. Rude Nothing But Trouble. Good dude,
Rude.
man. He's been helping out behind the scenes too, and I just wanted to give him a shout out.
Yeah.
So,
before I
thank
head
you.
out, Joe. Before I head
Yeah.
out, shout out to you for doing a great job. Shout out to Game Up Nutrition. Use code MMA UNCENSORED. It'll give you 10% off. Spend $99, you get free shipping. Our new sponsor, which we're happy to be a part of, it's called Veteran Farms. My friend Evan has a farm out there in California, grows cannabis, and on the side he helps out veterans like myself and other ones that need a little assistance, and that's what he does. So he's our sponsor, probably forever. So he's part of the family.
That's amazing. Now, have you used Veteran Farms?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And how is it? Really?
Fantastic. Yeah.
Really?
Fantastic. Yes. It's fantastic.
I have yet to try it, but I'm curious.
Well, yeah, we'll have to do something soon. He'll be visiting for the next event, the Briggs fight. I'm sure he'll bring something. He's got a medical card, and he'll bring something with him. And I'm sure we'll go have a B&B or something near there, and we'll be able to have a little smoke after the event.
Awesome. Hey, Chris, a fan has a question. Would you mind answering the question?
I'll try.
It's UFC related. Bit off topic, but wondering who do you think should fight Adesanya next? Do you think Jones is the fight for him, or should he defend his belt first? Good question, Jack.
It's good. It's a good question, but it's got to be Adesanya versus Paulo Costa next fight, which is probably going to be in a month. And then Jones is probably going to fight Reyes or Jan Blachowicz. And then next fight after that could be the Adesanya fight, early 2021 at 205. Wait, light heavyweight 205.
Light
That's,
heavyweight.
that's going to be the biggest super fight of all time.
Dude, it is. It's going to be huge. Who do you see McGregor fighting next?
Khabib.
Yeah.
I think Gaethje's going to fight Ferguson for the end. Somehow the stars are going to align because Khabib won't fight because of Ramadan. It's a Muslim holiday. He won't fight till September.
Okay.
And I think that somehow McGregor's going to get in there because it's going to be a huge fight and a lot of money. So yeah.
Awesome, Chris. Thank you for answering
Thank you.
those questions, and
Appreciate you, brother.
thank you. And take care
all
of your
the fans.
business, and thanks, man. Have a great night, brother. Thank you.
You too. Cheers.
Thanks,
War
man.
Diaz.
All right. So we got MMA Uncensored President Chris LeBeau. Thank you very much, Chris, as always. And now I want to bring on our second guest tonight, the beautiful, the lovely, the very talented reporter for NFL She's got her own fashion line as well. She's very talented. Miss Amanda Vance. How are you doing there, Amanda?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, just coping through the quarantine, podcasting through the quarantine.
Yes, that's the best way to do it.
It really is. How have you been doing during this time? You as an NFL reporter, obviously very busy. How has this affected you in your life?
I mean, it's tough because it's still hard to say what's going to happen with the NFL season. But, they're doing the draft virtually. And, the players are going to be moving into the season in training camp and doing things virtually at home. Mm-hmm. So it's really different. And even, broadcasting, thankfully I do it on, online a majority of everything. But people are, even some of the other broadcasters like Aaron Andrews and Chris Myers are doing broadcasts live from their home. So it's just something everybody has to get used to, but so far, so good.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. I think, this quarantine, although not so good, it's actually brought out a lot of creativity from people to keep busy, and especially professionals like yourself, doing a lot of the broadcasting online. Have you noticed for you, has it been easier to get in touch with people since this quarantine because everybody's not as busy? Yeah.
So I actually approached people, NFL athletes, on social media initially for interviews. And, I started doing this heavily this past season. And I got lucky with a couple of, big names like Nick Bosa and Alan Lajara, but so many awesome players that I just almost had were busy. And now it's so great because they have no excuses. They're all sitting at home, so they have a lot more available time. So I find that it's been so great as far as getting in touch with them. It's a lot easier.
Who's somebody that's been on your hit list that you've been trying to get in touch with for a long time and now you got them?
Todd Gurley, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We chatted this season a little bit, but he's been busy. And I mean, a lot of the guys, even off season, are doing things, but they have been on lockdown. So it's been nice because, during the day at all times, they're free. So that's been the tricky part. And so am I.
Yes, we all are. I think strategizing is huge right now that we have this opportunity to do so. And I really think, and you tell me what you think about this, but I really think that whoever is in this quarantine right now that's working their ass off, they're going to come out on top after this whole thing is done. They're going to have the most momentum. What do you think?
Well, that's what I've been saying. So many people are sleeping on this quarantine and they're just kind of going day by day and getting used to being home and everything being at pause. But the people that are working hard and are continuing to push their goals and everything, I think will come out of this definitely on top because, like I said, some people are totally at a pause. People get really comfortable in times like this. Even myself, I have to remind myself that it's okay to put on makeup and take some videos.
I see you've been doing a lot of the TikTok videos and all that.
I love my TikToks.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's really funny. I see a lot of these funny videos on there, people being super creative. What was like your favorite one that you did so far on there?
I love them all. I am actually a dancer, and I used to cheer for the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, cool.
So I grew up dancing. So this is like my app. And I'm actually a dance teacher as well. And all of my students, this actually started with the kids. And I don't know, that song Old Town Road?
Oh, yeah. Great song.
Grew up from this app. And that's what I start telling people, these kids, get an invention for kids and you will be rich because these kids start all the trends. So this is like my favorite app. And I don't know, there's all the dancing ones are my favorite.
I'm sure.
It's funny, a lot of the athletes are getting involved with it as well. It's hysterical. It
really is. Actually, last week we had a UFC fighter on, Philip A. Rowe. They call him the Fresh Prince. He just won Dana White's Contender Series. He got a contract with UFC. and he's been on TikTok and he's been doing these funny dances and stuff. The dude could dance, you know, so it's easy for him. And it's just hilarious to see that side of him. But yeah, these athletes are hopping on that thing.
It's nice to see them at home and see their families and see kind of what their life is like outside of the sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is pretty cool. So you said you were a Dolphins cheerleader.
Mm-hmm.
So are you from Florida originally?
Yes, I'm from Boca Raton. I grew up here and never left. And I grew up dancing in a local dance studio, and I actually cheered for the Florida Panthers. Believe it or not, a hockey team had cheerleaders back in the day. And I graduated high school year early, and I wanted to audition for the Dolphins, but they were like, nope, very strict. The NFL is very strict about you having to be 18. But the Florida Panthers, I was 17. They made an exception. They let me pose for the counter and everything. I was like, all right on. So cool. I did that for a year, and then I did 2 seasons with the Miami Dolphins.
Yes. So that's interesting. So my parents live in Boca Raton.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I used to live in Boca myself. I'm in Boynton Beach now, but I used to live in Boca. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know you lived in Florida. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, too
nice.
funny. Well, funny because South Florida, like all Floridians really, aren't too big into football because there's so many other things here to do. So I carry the football pride down here.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. One of my friend Lauren a while back was a cheerleader for the Dolphins too. I'm probably going back like 2002, maybe 2003, like back.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember the Panthers had the cheerleaders as well. They don't do the cheerleaders anymore, the Panthers?
Now they're like a hype crew. Like they throw the t-shirts and they scoop the ice. I did not wear ice skates. It was very similar to Dolphins actually. But yeah, they a couple of years back they lost all their money, and so they got rid of the cheerleaders and fired a bunch of people, and that's when I peaced out.
So what was that like for you? Like what was like the whole process of becoming a Dolphins cheerleader?
It's a lot.
I heard it was like boot camp.
Yeah, there is a boot camp. They call it training camp, just like the football players. And really, you're not safe until you walk on the field. Really, you're never safe. But it's just like the football players, where you go through a lot of conditioning, a lot of learning how game day goes. Seeing if you're fit and you can keep up. It's a tough process, and there's a lot of girls that try out. No. Growing up a dancer, it was I had the dancing down, but I had to learn how to do my makeup and how to get all ready. And I thank Dolphins so much because they helped me so much develop my look and how personable I am as a speaker. So, but I went skydiving with them. I went on military tours all over the world. So it was really an amazing experience.
Yeah, I bet. I really do. That's pretty amazing stuff. And that's pretty cool. So like from there, did you transition into broadcasting after the cheerleading? How did that work out for you?
So after cheerleading, I began to grow my social media. On Dolphins, I learned, how to take a proper photo, and I got into fashion and building my Instagram. And I've always been very passionate about sports. My dad's like a crazy Steelers fan. So living in that household, there was like no way that I was going to move out and it wouldn't rub off on me. So I've always loved sports, and all my best friends were like, you should utilize this following now that you have on social media and implement, some of the sports. So that's what I began to do, and I got great feedback, and I've met some amazing people, some people that work for, ESPN and Fox that have kind of guided me. And I'm young, I'm a baby, so I just am graduating college right now.
Oh, congratulations.
So thank you. It's like the worst time to be going off into the real world, but I've kind of used everything I learned truthfully from Dolphins to develop my career. So it's been amazing.
That is. Did you go to FAU for college?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I told myself I would never stay here for college. That's a good school. Did you go?
I did attend very long time ago.
Okay.
I think I went to
a small school, but they've done it's growing. They have a D1 football team, and they have a coach.
Yeah, I went to an FAU football game last season. You know, I had a great time. It was my first time going to the game. When I went way back when, they did not have a football stadium. It was like nothing was happening over there. It was very small. But now they've grown so much, and they're spending a lot of money. I heard that they're spending like millions of dollars now on a whole recruiting system for football. They're building like a whole training facility like right behind the stadium. Did you hear anything about that?
Not too much, honestly, but they're desperate to get people involved.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of great players now in the NFL, like Singletary and the Browns kicker. Like, there's great people that came from FAU. I think it all starts with a good fan base. And like I said, people down here are so bad at being involved in the sports down here. So anything they can really do to bring the South Florida community into FAU, start going to games. I mean, stadiums are empty.
Yeah, I know. And it's such a nice place.
It is. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is. But yeah, I mean, I think the quicker they can get people to fill those stands, and the better off they'll be. But
did you know that Terrell Owens' son plays for FAU?
I didn't. Actually.
Yeah. His son plays for FAU. Warren Sapp's son plays for FAU. They're on the same team. And I believe, forget his name, running back for the San Francisco 49ers.
His son goes to FAU?
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, listen, they have a great system and a great school. And if you go to a school like FAU and you kill it, you're noticed, because you'll, compared to a lot of the other players, you can make a difference on that team if you're that good. So it's funny, the kicker, he's not the kicker anymore. Actually, I think he went to the Titans. He was the kicker. He came in, I want to say two seasons ago for the Browns. Whatever. He went to FAU, but I ended up doing my research on him, and he went to this private school in Boca, the JCC, Donna Klein, and they don't even have a football team. So it's funny, he grew up playing soccer, went to FAU, and then played for the NFL and was a kicker. So listen, they develop guys, they do. But
sometimes it's just meant to be,
Are you? So you said are you into college football at all?
Nah, I don't really. I watch the pro football. I don't really watch college. But what happened was when I went, the reason I know this about FAU is because when I went to the game, Terrell Owens and Warren Sapp were there. I saw them. They were like right in front of me. It was crazy. So I'm like, what are they doing? Maybe their kids play. And then I asked my friend, who's a huge FAU football fan and college football fan. And he was like, yeah, Warren Sapp's son, Terrell Owens' son. And I forget it's on the tip of my tongue.
My dad's a Buckeye, actually. So
okay.
I grew up.
Dangerous fans.
We
Dangerous.
Love so you don't like the Buckeyes.
No. Like I said, I'm not a huge college football fan, but when I was younger, I used to work on a golf course, and Sundays, like people play golf and then they rush off the golf course to go watch or Saturdays and they go watch the college football. And the Ohio State fans were like the craziest ones out of everybody. Like, you don't mess with them. Like, their college football is their college football. Like, they will murder you. They're crazy.
I was in Columbus for a wedding, and I looked up on Google. I was like, I wonder if there's a Buckeye game this weekend. It was their opening game this past year, and guess who they were playing?
FAU?
Yeah, like what the hell? What are the odds? So I went. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be funny. I'm gonna be the prideful, Floridian. I was the only one wearing an FAU. It was crazy. It was awesome though.
Yeah. Let me guess, Ohio won?
Well, yes, they did, but FAU, I think, at the end of the season, regular season games, they were the team closest in points to the Buckeyes at the end of the game. Granted, they took out their starters, but it was terrible. And I left at half, no points in the first half. The second half was a lot more entertaining from the bar, but unfortunately, I wasn't there at that point to watch the score.
Yeah, it's cool. Like when you go to the FAU games, they have like that alumni section that you can go to before the games, the tailgate.
Yeah,
it was awesome. I had such a blast. I mean, it was like beer after beer. You just keep going. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me twice. I got some questions from viewers. So, Sean Quinn, do you think they should have delayed the draft?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I went back and forth thinking, what would it be like if they had 2 sets of rookies next year? And I don't think they should have delayed the draft because maybe you can say it's a little bit insensitive, but they're not starting games. And I think the sooner that these guys, they already committed, they're not going back and playing another year in college. So getting these guys in contact with, these teams, these coaches, their teammates, and getting them, on some routine workouts, starting to learn plays, even if it is from home. I think it's fine to do that. The NFL season is a different story, what they're going to do, but I don't think that delaying the draft, they're doing it virtually. So, like the good old days. So it should be interesting because let's say there's like a technological problem. They only have 10 minutes to pick, and teams have been skipped before. So who knows? It's very interesting, but no, we're bored. It should not have been delayed.
This is going to be like fantasy football, but in real life. Like these guys are actually getting picked for these teams.
That's so funny. I haven't compared to that yet. I've been saying it's like the Super Bowl because we're so bored.
Yeah, it's real life fantasy now. It's so crazy to me because I'll play the fantasy football every year. I love it. It's so much fun.
I'm not the best at fantasy football because I'm so biased. I try not to. It's like hard to root for, the Ravens when you're a Steeler fan.
Oh, I know.
I always pick up Justin Tucker because who wouldn't? So it's just, it's hard to root for some of the other teams, but I'm learning to become less biased all around. So I have to.
Yeah, and it's tough. Like for me, like I'm a huge, aside from like combat sports and boxing, a huge baseball fan, a big Yankee fan. And I will tell you, I suck at fantasy baseball because I get attached to players, so that's different. With football, I'm a little more lenient, and that's why I'm pretty good at it. But yeah.
You bet at all?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's not fun if you don't bet.
Baseball right now.
Baseball's too brutal, like in fantasy, to stop betting on that. I don't know. It's not for big. At least football, it's once a week, and it's 16 games or whatever. So that's not too bad.
Easier to watch. What's your baseball team?
Yankees.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not too knowledgeable about baseball, but my dad is a big Pirates fan. I know that I do know enough to know that they're not great.
Yeah, they had some chances. They had some players that, Garrett Cole was, he came up with them, and now he's a Yankee, and he's the best pitcher of probably the American League right now. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see if they play.
Why Yankees? You said you're from Florida.
Oh, well, I'm originally from Brooklyn, but I moved to Boca 20 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So
do you like the Giants, the Jets, the Bills?
Giants.
Okay. Ooh. Giants. What do you think they're going to do?
Hopefully just win a couple of games. I mean, it's I don't know, it's tough. I mean, now it's the first year without Eli, so.
Yeah, but I feel like Eli just wasn't there last year.
Yeah, he wasn't. It was his time, but now we got to see what the young blood's going to do, I didn't like the trades they made. What's that?
How do you feel about him?
I'm just hoping for the best. That's it. That's all I can say. I like to really get a good look before I start making any opinions. But I didn't like the Odell Beckham trade.
Oh, I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, so neither did I. But did you hear Odell Beckham is talking about? Well, I think he's just bluffing. But there's all this talk about him going to Minnesota, and I don't think that'll happen, but it's a diva. And realistically, I know you're a Giants fan. We lost Antonio Brown. And, it's funny. One of my favorite memories from Dolphins was being in the tunnel for Monday Night Football. We played the Giants. Mm-hmm. And it was the Star Spangled Banner. Everybody was real quiet. And Beckham was going around to Eli, to all the guys with his hands on their shoulders, like jumping, like trying to hype everybody up. So I can see he's good, in that sense that he's good in the locker room, like good energy, and he brings fans, to the stadium. But it also comes with drama. So you gotta decide if it's worth it. And I think he's hurting Cleveland more than he's helping them right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. That I think that comes with any player that's having issues off the field. They bring it on the field. We have a question from a viewer. Did you major in journalism?
No, I didn't. I majored in business management. But really for, any broadcasting sports job, it's not required that you have a journalism degree, just something in a related field, which technically business is related. But I'm realizing that you can do literally anything you want with like social media. You really can. And I kind of I'm teaching myself everything, but no, I didn't. I took a couple of journalism and sports management classes here and there, but no major in journalism. I have friends that did though, and one of my best friends went to UF, and she has a degree in broadcasting, and she does like sales. She doesn't use it. Like, I wish I could trade with you.
Yeah, but it's pretty amazing. Like, yeah, you could go to school for one thing, and then, yeah, like you said, like you could literally create yourself on social media, like what you want to do. It's pretty interesting, and then you get a following, but you have a huge following. I saw you have over 400,000 followers just on IG, which is a great number to have. Can I ask you a question though? Why? This is just out of curiosity because I don't know the answer, so maybe you do. But I see people that have 50,000 and they're verified. You got 400 and something thousand and you're not. So why is that?
So I've tried to get verified so many times, but realistically, and because I have accounts that are mimicking me, and I get so many messages, and people are like, I was talking to somebody for 2 weeks and I thought they were you. They said that this was your other account, and I'm like, well, sorry, but you're an idiot. But no, you have to be, there's a couple of things. You have to be all over Google. Like, you have to have a Wikipedia page. I don't have one of those. You have to have, I have articles stating, what I do, that I do the NFL broadcasting, and, proof on my page that I've worked with, these athletes. But there's more that goes into it, because I'm friends with influencers that have millions of followers and aren't verified. But you have to be you have to be on Google to a certain extent, clarifying what you do. So even when you go to submit like your verification badge, I would say NFL, broadcaster. But I'm hoping that I do get verified one of these days, because like I said, people do have fake accounts and use my name, and it sucks. So I'm like, I am the only person, but it's kind of common sense. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully as I go along with this process, I become more credible and do get verified.
Yeah. I will make sure I share this clip and send this to IG so they know it's time.
Yes.
Blue check time. It's blue check time. Got another question for you. Actually, we were talking about this earlier. Now that we're live, what do you think about Gronk going to Tampa Bay with Brady?
Oh, okay. So, listen, the Patriots. He was just sitting there, and the Patriots are rebuilding, and the Patriots got a 4th round, and Tampa Bay got a 7th, and Gronk. I think it's great. It's weird because Bruce Arians doesn't really use tight ends, and now he has OJ Howard, and they have like 3 decent tight ends. So I think OJ Howard is going to leave. But here's the best part. For Tom Brady, it's some familiarness. And I think that I kind of wanted to see Brady do it all on his own, I will say. I know that, he doesn't have Belichick now, and that is really what I think he wanted to prove he could do without Belichick. But, it definitely helps him out now. He's got some chemistry already with Gronk. Listen, I think good for Tampa. At least they're in the NFC. They won't mess with the Steelers anymore because they kept us out of it for a long time. But it's also very risky for Tampa because they're paying a lot of money for these guys for 2 years? I mean, these are guys that aren't going to stick around for a long time. So to me, they're putting all their eggs in one basket. But it will be interesting. That's an interesting division. Some good quarterbacks. So we'll see. I'm not surprised. I have to say, I'm not surprised. I don't think many people are, because Gronk is young. He's healthy, and to me, it was either AB or somebody goes there. Somebody goes there to just give everybody the final Belichick final slap on the face.
Yeah.
So.
I'm very curious to see how Brady does in Tampa. It's so weird. It's like if I'm watching baseball and, Jeter on his last year decided, free agent, he's going to go play somewhere else. It'd be so weird to see him in another uniform. And although I'm not a huge Patriots fan, I don't have anything against them. I'm a Giants fan. We whooped them twice in the Super Bowl, so I don't have anything bad to say about them. But it is weird to see Brady in a new uniform. It doesn't make sense,
Really weird. He's in Florida now. That's even weirder.
Yes, it went from shitty weather to really nice weather. So,
but does that help Miami? Miami now has. Granted, now Buffalo has gotten a lot better in the past couple of years, but Miami's rebuilding. There's all this hype now. What Miami's going to do, and now the Patriots have taken a couple steps back. I think it really opens the doors for that division. It's going to be interesting.
I don't know. I got it. You never count out Bill Belichick, though.
No, he's smart. He's like an Urban Meyer.
What's that?
He's like an Urban Meyer.
Yeah. It's scary. You think, all right, this could be the year. Maybe the Jets will win the division, or the Bills, the Dolphins. I don't really have much faith in them. But
and his son works on defense. His son is one of the defensive coaches. Belichick's son.
For who?
Patriots.
Oh, father-son combo.
Yeah, it's like they're never going anywhere. I do think he's a good coach. He'll make something happen. But my big question is, are they going to keep Stidham? Are they going to pick up a quarterback in the draft, or do they have faith in their backup, because he had 10 complete passes with them. So that's not so many guys come in and they throw 10 great passes because they're not expecting to go in. There's no pressure. They're like, oh, whatever. Now it's all this pressure. Are you going to be the next franchise quarterback of this organization? So it really makes me wonder what the Patriots are going to do with, their quarterback.
Oh, 100%. And then I have another question too. Do you think there will be a lot of trades during the draft?
It's a good question. It's a wild year. I think there will be a lot of trades. I kind of made my mock draft, and I didn't have any trades until the 10th pick. I put, the Saints trading with the Browns actually for a quarterback. But I do think I was just trying to keep it simple. I think the 3rd or 4th pick, there's definitely going to be trades because, the Lions, the Giants, they're not going for a quarterback. They're not a threat to anybody. But, the Dolphins, even they have the 5th pick, but they know who they want. Not sure if it's Herbert or Tua, but the Dolphins want to make sure they get their guy. And some of these other teams, like the Chargers sitting right under them at number 6, they want to make sure that they get their guy, whoever probably the Dolphins don't pick. So somebody like the Patriots, who freaking knows, if they come in and trade, then I think 3 or 4, because the Lions and the Giants are both open to trading. I've seen a lot about that. There were rumors about the Bengals trading at number 1 with possibly the Dolphins, but they've confirmed they're not doing that, which they'd be so silly to trade away Joe Burrows. they're not going to do that. But definitely 3 and 4. I didn't put it in my mock draft, but I just wouldn't be surprised. A lot of teams need a lot of things, and you can kind of see from the teams in the top 10. It's very obvious what each team needs. The Lions need a quarterback, but I don't think they wouldn't go for one when there's such great options at number 3. Somebody's going to come in. I just have a feeling. Yeah. And, I even said the Saints at number 10. People think I'm crazy because they have Drew Brees, but they met with Jordan Love. And, Jordan Love is probably the next, I would say this is a stretch, but he might be the last quarterback other than, Herbert, Tua, and Burrow that's ready to play in the NFL. If, somebody goes down. And Drew Brees only has a year left, so I can see them picking him up. So quarterbacks are going to go fast. So if somebody there's a lot of teams that need a quarterback, even the Steelers, we have no picks. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of trades.
That's a good point. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Another question for you.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
And these are from Sean Quinn. Sean's got some good questions today.
Yeah, thanks, Sean Quinn, you're the bomb, Sean. The Super Bowl, that's really hard to predict at this point. Looking at teams and who already has, the weapons that they, looking at their teams right now, I would say the 49ers look pretty good.
Tough team.
They can pick up a receiver now that they don't have Sanders, and they have 2 first-rounders, and there's a lot. This is a very, very good wide receiver class. So they have a lot of options at receiver. So I think it's I would say the 49ers. Even the Chiefs look good. They need some help in the secondary, but it's very, it's funny to say the 2 teams that were just in the Super Bowl. But I wouldn't be surprised if some other teams like the Colts step up. Somebody we don't see coming. But if they don't have crowds, if they do play the season without crowds, very interested to see how that will affect teams.
Oh, 100%. When you're home and that crowd is cheering you on, you get that adrenaline rush, and vice versa when you're away and the crowd's against you. I think there's a whole psychological to that. So
I think if something like that happens with this season, which I know there are talks about having the players, secluded without family and having to, play in a certain state. If that did happen, like the Redskins could take it. It could totally change the game.
Anything could happen. Anything could happen after this quarantine. You just never know.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to be crazy. Also, Tony wants to know, do you think Gronk will retire with Brady?
Gronk already retired. I thought he already retired. Yeah, no, definitely. He'll retire with Brady.
I think so, too. It'd be crazy if they won the Super Bowl this year and they both walked out and mic drop moment,
Yeah, like I said, I'm very glad they're in the NFC now. It was such a pain in the ass as a Steelers fan watching them, take us down at the last moment too many times. It was kind of nice seeing them lose this year, especially the way they did in the playoffs to a team like the Titans. But, I think they'll retire together for sure. I mean, maybe I could see Gronk doing 1 more year. I don't think he'll play any more than that.
I think he's going to go to the WWE after that.
Look at Jason Witten,
Yeah, true.
He's old as hell and keeps coming back. Speaking of Cowboys, if they get a tight end with 2 good knees, then they could be good too. I could see a team like them stepping up. So
the memes about the Dallas Cowboys are hands down the best in football.
The Cowboys they're great. They're another good organization though. Like they're a team that, they have their years where they're not amazing, but they make good decisions in the draft.
Yeah, I think the biggest shocker, I think, of the upcoming NFL season, if Robert Kraft stays out of massage parlors, I think that'll be the shock. Just my personal. You don't have to comment. But.
I for me, it's like, how many things can you just make disappear? Like the peeking from the sidelines against the Bengals, like, and then it's just disappears. The ball deflation, and then you got that, and like you got Josh Gordon, who failed so many drug tests, and now marijuana is actually legal in the NFL.
Yeah.
They don't have to for it, so he's happy. But it's like,
wasn't the NHL the originators of getting marijuana legalized in professional sports?
I don't know,
because I heard like this whole thing, like there were certain cities like NHL, where the NHL plays,
right?
Where it was legal for players to smoke weed, and there was this whole article I was reading about a few years back where they were saying like the NHL is kind of like a lot of other sports are looking to the NHL because of this, and so now that you're saying marijuana is legalized, I just that thought popped in my head.
I don't know, but I mean, like Josh Gordon, that guy he failed. I think he played for the Browns, and I think he played like 6 games in 3 seasons, but he was good, so that's why they kept him around. Then the Patriots picked him up, and they shape up anybody, and they put his locker right next to Tom Brady's, and he did decent. He had to learn the playbook, but then he got in trouble again for marijuana, and it's like they let him come back, and later in the season after suspending him indefinitely, and it's like how, and that like slid under the carpet too. Like nobody even really talked about it, but I'm just like, I think they get away with some things.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting though. I'm really looking forward to the football season. Hopefully I'm looking forward for sports in general to return. It's been, and I know you as a big sports fan, it's got to be tough for you.
It is, but as far as we know, everything is going to happen one way or another with the NFL. How it will happen is a big question mark, but the draft is happening and it's Thursday and we're excited.
It's going to be amazing. And is there any sponsors or anyone that you want to shout out, or any or your websites of yours or anything? Because I could share it for you right now.
Really, my Instagram would be the biggest thing. Okay. I post my interviews with the players on there, and obviously I give my, my predictions. And for betting people, I am going to start this season doing some of those videos too, which, who you should take on certain games. So I keep it all on there right now, and anything else I do, I would promote on there. So
awesome. Yeah, IG is awesome. I really like it a lot.
But TikTok, you gotta get on the TikTok. It's a lot of fun.
So is that what you're up to? Because someone just popped a question. What's Amanda up to in quarantine? So is it TikTok? A lot of TikTok?
I've been doing my TikToks. My TikTok is the same name, Amanda Casey Vance. Because it's not everybody's on it yet. And it could be a fad like Vine, where it's really big right now that everybody's secluded. And then when everything goes back to normal, it kind of goes away. Because Instagram is good for like news and ads, whereas TikTok isn't. And money is really what makes Instagram work. Right. So I don't see it being like the next big thing, but it's fun. You gotta go make a TikTok.
That's right. Yeah, I've been doing a couple like with my interview videos and stuff like that. I'm having some fun with it. So I'm not much of a dancer, so I don't know if anybody wants to see me trying to throw some 2-steps out there. It's not gonna.
That's all right. You don't need to be a dancer. They have like fun voiceovers too, where you can like.
I'll do those.
Mouth something funny. Yeah, just like scroll through the little For You page and find one you like. It's a lot of fun.
That's the one. All right, I'm gonna do that. All right, before I let you go, Amanda, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. So much fun. And time flies. I mean, we're already 40 minutes in.
I know.
Who do you think is going to be the winner of the NFL draft? Who's going to come out the winner?
Who's not going to be a bust?
No.
Jerry Jeudy.
Okay.
He's the best in the draft, and runs incredible routes. And I think one way or another, he will make wherever he goes, he'll make it look good.
Who do you think he's going to end up with?
maybe the Jets.
Oh, the Jets. They could use somebody good.
There's the Jets. We'll see. But he'll make the quarterbacks look good. Sam Darnold would be lucky to have him.
That'll be awesome. Colin Kaepernick, is he going to get a job?
No. Hell no.
Nobody wants poor Colin.
No, he had a shot and he blew it again.
Yeah, that was
him and all about his, bring his camera crew and just he had a shot. And I was even thinking there, if he handled things, that time around a little more gracefully, somebody like the Steelers were so desperate this season for a quarterback. Once the whole thing happened with Rudolph and then Hodges started throwing ducks and it was just miserable. Somebody like him would have been like a great pickup, but nobody wants him in their colors.
Yeah, a lot of like we talked about, like with Odell Beckham. You got players that are bringing a lot of baggage from off the field onto the field, and a lot of teams don't want to deal with it. And there's so much talent out there that you're not going to be missed. There's going to be somebody else right behind you coming up. So
that's true,
and a lot cheaper too.
So.
But Amanda, such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for taking the time to be on MMA Uncensored podcast. I know we talk football, but it was great because I think, a lot of us MMA fans are also football fans too. So, and the draft is coming. So
yeah, let's do this again. This was so much fun.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll have you on as a guest co-host one of these days or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Sounds amazing. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. You too. So, guys and girls, that's a wrap. MMA Uncensored podcast, episode 4. Had so much fun tonight. It was a great time, and I want to thank everybody for hanging out, watching the podcast. It's been a lot of fun. We had Shannon Briggs on the first hour, and we got Shannon. Shannon came in heavy. We're supposed to have Chase Sherman and Gabriel Gonzaga call in, and my apologies to everyone. Life happens, and they couldn't make it. But the champ had quite a few words to say about pretty much every name that I brought up to him. So the replay will be available on YouTube. So take a look at that if you haven't caught it. Or you can watch it right here on Facebook again. But I want to thank you guys. And before I let you go, please do me a favor. And first of all, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you and your families are okay during this crazy time. I hope everybody's healthy and happy and staying active and just being safe, It may sound crazy, some of the things that the world is telling us to do right now. Just follow the rules right now, hang in there. I turned my house into a tiki bar and a home office, so just having some fun. But IG, follow us, MMA Uncensored, _. Follow the Bare Knuckle Freak for all bare knuckle news. A Guy Think podcast, that's my other podcast, where I do a multitude of different interviews on there, which is a lot of fun. But thank you guys so much, and girls, for joining the show. And I hope you all have an awesome rest of your Tuesday.